Welcome to Luxury Life. We need to talk about how Justin Costello transitioned from being a high finance executive and CEO to lying to investors and being arrested by the FBI. This subject isn't mentioned on the Bernie Madoff website, so we need to discuss it. So take a seat back, relax, grab your vice, and let's begin our discussion on the fake billionaire. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get notified when we post videos. Let's get moving. After a criminal indictment by the U.S. Department of Justice, and according to M.J.Biz Daily, Justin Costello, the former CEO of a Seattle-based company called Gurn Funds and a marijuana finance executive, was detained for allegedly being on the run. We must now dive into his story. CNBC published this article, and the situation had been ongoing for a few weeks. On October 4th, after Costello failed to appear at the San Diego FBI office to turn himself in, the FBI found him in California. Basically, it followed the United States Attorney's offices issuing an indictment on September 29th. Costello is reportedly a resident of Washington State and is located in the Western District of Washington. We must now analyze the circumstances of Justin Costello's predicament. And according to lawyer Nick Brown, who made this claim in a statement, Mr. Costello used Twitter, press releases, security filings, and claims of enormous wealth to paint a false picture of his father's financial success. In reality, this picture was a hall of mirrors because it involved shell companies, penny stocks, financial services for marijuana businesses, and other complicated schemes. And the assets are managed by Gurn Funds, according to CNBC as well. In total, 29 people who directly invested with Costello and Lewis received the entire $6 million due to their trust in Costello's fraud. Therefore, CNBC basically provided an update on this topic, and the story keeps getting crazier because initially they said that he had defrauded investors of $6 million. Still, there's actually a lot more money at stake. Okay, so when the FBI closed in on him, in SWAT squad fashion, they arrested not only him, but also his backpack, which included gold bars valued at roughly $12,000 each. He also had $60,000 in cash in US currency. He had Mexican pesos valued at $10,000 in US dollars. And it is a lot of money, all if you know how much a US dollar is worth in Mexican pesos. In addition, he was caught with a fake ID. His fraud did not amount to $6 million. Regarding what he was doing, there may have been up to $35 million in fraud. The CNBC update details the lies he told about his credentials, noting that he basically told investors he was a billionaire, a Harvard MBA graduate, a member of the Special Forces, and had suffered 2 wounds in Iraq, along with the Washington State IDs that Christian Bolter and had Costello's picture on them. Costello, 42, also had a receipt for a prepaid phone number in his backpack. Now, the Southern District of California's United States Attorney's Office requested that Costello remain in custody pending trial, citing the contents of his backpack and other relevant circumstances. Prosecutors said that Costello posed a severe flight risk and a danger to the public. Additionally, they pointed out that Costello did not show up at the FBI office in San Diego on September 29th, as he had previously agreed to do with his attorney, and that he had been informed that he would soon be convicted again in federal court in Washington state for a number of crimes related to the schemes previously mentioned by Biz Daily, involving penny stocks, shell companies, and cannabis businesses. Instead, he became a wanted man, according to the FBI, who eventually found Costello thanks to GPS data they obtained through their theft recovery service for the Alfa Romeo he was driving. In short, they had located him using his car. When Costello was caught, it was stated that he was shocked that they had discovered him because he had turned off his phone before the SWAT team followed the automobile to a rural area of El Cajon, California. Now, why didn't he simply give up right away? He allegedly told the agents that he had recently suffered a stroke and needed some time to recover. The prosecutor claimed that the FBI quickly discovered that the gold in the backpack was a portion of a larger quantity that Costello had bought back in April for $94,000. Utilized the funds he has pocketed from a banking client. Investigators have found that the accused stopped using his one known personal bank account for personal expenses around the middle of September and began utilizing various company accounts in an apparent effort to hide his online activity. The latest information was also revealed that he had connections to Las Vegas and La Jolla, California, and that he is accused of deceiving thousands of investors and others of millions of dollars by falsely claiming that the companies he owned were planning to acquire 10 additional businesses. As evidenced by the court records, Costello had the courage to enter a non-guilty plea on Tuesday in San Diego federal court after being appointed a federal defender's office attorney to represent him. Sidney Morrow, Costello's attorney, requests that the hearing on whether to hold him in custody pending trial be postponed until October 18th. According to the court file, the judge Daniel Butcher granted her request. The bad news for Costello is that on the same day that the criminal charges against him were revealed, the SEC filed a civil complaint against him that essentially mirrors the allegations in the criminal indictment. So he backed up in court on October 18th. To top it all off, yikes, this is insane. And I'm going to be completely open and honest. Because of this, federal banking laws are becoming increasingly severe. Banks keep asking inquiries because of this. This is why they investigate and why they view certain enterprises as high risk, with many of these businesses perhaps dealing in gambling or marijuana. He essentially worked in the marijuana industry. They are regarded as high risk due to this same reason, and the banks close down these kinds of firms. Then they become involved in cases like this, where there are both civil claims and criminal indictments in addition to civil lawsuits. The banks hate solving their own problems. With you, I'll be completely open-minded and truthful. They actually don't, and these folks, who essentially insist that you do business with them, cause issues. Since he needed a method to move his money, receive these cards, and make these prices hit, I'm rather certain that he was given many people within the bank difficulties. The very last thing that you want to do is file false SEC documents. Like, you don't want this kind of stuff. These are not the things that you want to be embroidered on your jacket because, as I've said before, tampering with the federal government over financial matters would undoubtedly result in your arrest. Previously, many CEOs could get away with this to a certain extent. We've seen this on Netflix in the show Dirty Money, as I've always said, but these days it seems like all the criminals are gathering together. This is especially true when it comes to uncovering true crimes, but that is just how it is. People are imprisoned, and then they're used as human shields. But let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Drop it down and let me know if you're able to comment and tell me. Make sure if you're watching this on YouTube that you are hitting the like button to get us out into the algorithm, and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel with a notification bell hit for all the new videos and live streams, and make sure you share this and tell a friend to tell a friend. I love y'all. Y'all take care and you'll be well. Peace.